Aloha to all of you. It's me, Seashell Surf. Look who's back.
Phone home. Hold on.
I don't think this guy ever left. Will somebody answer that phone?
E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home.
UFOs are us. What planet are you calling from?
We are at the Kōloa Village Shopping Center to celebrate a birthday. Welcome to the Hawaiian Islands. Our excursion today takes place in Kōloa, Kaua'I'S, Hawaii's first sugarcane town. Ooh, everybody wants to try a Porky's, some aloha on a bun. These heart-shaped leaves you see here, those are the kalo or the taro, the main staple of Hawaiians. We just had breakfast upstairs at the Kaua'I'S Break Feast. This unique breakfast nook serves a Swedish sausage called gotbag from the second largest city in Sweden. How do I know? Because I have some Swedish cousins who filled me in on the facts. This has become a very popular restaurant and everyone enjoyed. And here at the flip-flop shop, Bethany Hamilton debuted her own flip-flops. We refer to them as slippers, or we say slipas. And we're headed into a store that features locally made products. There are exquisite works of Hawaiian art, such as these beautifully woven lauhala bags. And we'll see that hat there is made from lauhala as well. And here's a lauhala bag, a bigger bag. Can carry all kinds of stuff in there, but these are traditional Hawaiian weaving methods. We have the series of books by Tarangi Hiroa of New Zealand. These books give clear details on things such as the Hawaiian religion, burials, and ceremonies, making tapa cloth and making the bamboo prints to stamp them with and what the symbols of those stamps are, and various other cultural information. Here we have an exquisite, finely made feather lei. Now, birds were not killed to make the feather lei. A kahuna would go up into the forest, put some gum on a stick, and pull the feathers off. So there was no killing. Feathers were also used to make royal cloaks, feathered helmets, and even instruments. I have some uli here. Those are the feathered ones, but you can also have ones with just the lauhala, like the bag here, coming out of the top. And here's a feather lei that's made all of peacock or pikake feathers. And we have some mini Hawaiian instruments here, the ulis. Some feather lei are made specifically for hats, cowboy hats, lauhala hats. And there we have the book on shell lei making from the shells that come from Ni'ihau. And here's another uli made from the coconut shell and lauhala coming out of the middle there. So I have here a collection of my own instruments that I made for my hula education. And here we have the Hawaiian uli or rattle. And this is tapa, which is a bark of a tree. It's been dyed red by the red clay here on the islands called alai. And it's been printed with the bamboo prints, the bamboo stamps. This is the chevron design or motif. Now, it's rattle apparatus here instead of the coconut. This is called a la'amia. It's a gourd tree. And coconut shells are also used to make the rattle. And if you look in Allerton Gardens video that I did, you'll see that the mechanism for the rattling is from a seed of the flower we call the ali'i poi. And they look like little black pellets. Now each one of these feathers from a rooster, each one of the feathers had to be sewn onto the kappa. And then you see we have the blue material underneath. It's wrapped with the leaf from the hala, or what we refer to as lauhala. Here's an example of hala. This is a female puhala, or a hala tree. They're not hardwood, so they're referred to as a puhala. This fruit means it's a female tree. The fruit will turn yellow. We can make it into lei. The leaves of either a male or a female tree will dry, and that is what is used throughout the Pacific to weave, thatch, and create a bunch of things with. It is a pandanus tree. And back to the uli uli, here's how we use it. Other schools will hold it like this, and some will hold it with the handle. My other feather work, these are what we refer to as a second cut. A second cut feather leis. They lay flat. You can tell that these were my first ones. They are not as nice as the ones you see in the video. We make sets of them for our head, our neck, our hands, and our feet. And don't kid yourself, folks. These take a long, long time. That's why the people who are master makers can sell them upwards of $10,000. And of course, there are the first cut, and that has to do with the way we cut the feather. First cut, second cut. The first cut is from the tip. We crimp it, and that makes a fluffier lei. Second one is using the lower portion, and that makes it more of a flat looking lei. And I have mine sitting on a piece of cloth that's been printed with the bamboo stamps, and I just wanted to show you some of the other motifs. I have a motif on here to represent the sky. This represents the wind. Land, this is the one for the famous mokihana berry for the island of Kaua'I'S. This can symbolize the hala fruit when it's cut, symbolizing land, or it can represent a shark's tooth. And then, of course, we have these little waves down here. And the waves are a symbol of the ocean. So we represent above, below, and everything in between. Let's get back to the store and see some more. Now you see these beautiful anthuriums coming up over here. They're made out of a very thin strip of lauhala. And they're beautiful. And we had some of these on the table upstairs at the place we had breakfast called Break Feast. Now that's just wonderful, where you have the local products being sold in a shopping center, and other places in the shopping center display your work. And a little something for the kids. Now, we don't normally have killer whales here, but they have been seen, and false killer whales at times. Some fa. This beautiful red bird with its curved beak is called an i'iwi bird. It likes to sip the nectar from some of the ohi'alehua trees, which have the puffy flowers, and their beak fits naturally right into the area where they can sip the nectar from. They're beautiful birds, native. One thing that really stands out amongst all of these beautiful artistic products is this picture right here. Pele's family came from Tahiti, and many of her sisters had names Hi'iaka. Hi'iaka i Kapolio Pele, Hi'iaka i Kapa'u Palapalai, I believe is the name of this picture here. It means the Hi'iaka, who wears a fern pa'u skirt. Here's some of our local woodwork. And here's the ever so famous Kōloa wood. Mahalo, you have a beautiful shop. Now, even though Hawaii is the aloha state, we're also referred to as the land of rainbows because we have so many rainbows. And in addition to that, we have so many talented artists here on the beautiful garden island that they were invited to paint the murals here. Let's take a look. We have a chief and a li'i with a vailele, a waterfall. Just extremely beautiful artwork. So this is where we had lunch, break feast, and what a feast it was. I had a bee sting, which is juice and more stuff. Okay, let's have a closer look at the ones down. Stay rooted. Aloha Kōloa. And the Nene Goose. And the Royal Waterfall. Mahalo nui loa to all of you for joining me, Seashell Surf, on this adventure down in Kōloa town. And remember, folks, you don't need to live in Hawaii to share the aloha. Show a shaka and share the aloha. The shaka sign is the official gesture for the state of Hawaii. Hawaii is the only state to have an official gesture. And remember, kids, live with aloha. When in doubt, don't go out. Until we meet again, a hui ho and aloha.